as I cough between every set. So here I am at the gym, getting some Olympic lifting, and scrolling in between sets, probably like you shouldn't be doing, but anyway, I was watching Justin's latest video posted today, kind of talking about training goals, not necessarily training goals, but training in general, and some of the obstacles that we are up against, and also the motivation we find with each other. So yeah, definitely echo what Justin has to say. It's great having competition, whether it's on the field or in the gym in the off season and preseason like we are right now. Yeah, we all got excuses, right? I mean, I work long hours, not as long as Justin. The firefighter hours are crazy sometimes, but I work, usually 7 consecutive 12-hour shifts, and not to account for any overtime in there. For those of you who don't know, I work in a prison as a corrections officer. So yeah, I can totally feel what you have to say about sleep and irregular training hours, etc. Definitely takes away from it. But our hobby that we have, and yeah, we're both pro throwers, but of course we're not, being a pro thrower doesn't mean you can make a whole bunch of money and you quit your day job. Of course not. We have all these battles and obstacles we have to go through, and we have everyday lives, kids and wives, priorities that don't always align with our ability to get in the gym. I'm fortunate that my schedule does allow for me to be somewhat consistent. The space where I work out lately hasn't been very consistent either. If it's at the prison that I'm lifting, I don't have access to as many of the cool things that I have here at the Anvil of Crom. But you just get after it and get what you can done. Likewise, when I'm training on shift, I have to kind of pull the reins on myself a little bit and not go too crazy, because I may have to respond to something, and it could be life or death situation. I mean, not to get real specific, but just the other day, I got done with lifting at about 1 o'clock, roughly 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Got enough time to get some food in me, and then I responded to a call for a suicide attempt. A person of somebody who was going through, obviously some rough times, and in the prison environment, suicide attempts can be dangerous for everybody who does respond to it. So I have to be able to act and respond and have the ability and the energy. And sure, adrenaline and all that'll get you through a lot of it, but long-term stuff and standing on a post for a while, watching somebody, maintaining maximum alertness even after the initial call out, etc. All those things are important. So yeah, I do have to scale back, but I'm in the middle of my workout, trying not to keep this too long, but yeah, to Justin's point, it is great to have that competition, even if it's kind of ridiculous, right? Like Justin said, I do have him beat in the traditional power lifts. That's my background. I'm a power lifter and a strongman by background before I really got into the Highland Games. And yeah, I've got some decent powerlifting numbers, but I absolutely would be surprised if he's not crushing me in the Olympic lifts. Like, I'm just now getting back into them after having not done them for about 7-8 months or so, and it's pathetic. I'm just starting with a high pull, and like you just saw a hang clean variation, and man, my Olympic numbers are not good. Let's just put them right out there. I think my best ever clean is 235, and my best ever snatch is 235, and my best ever clean is 335. Yeah, I don't max those out very often. I'm not efficient or proficient enough in the technique to feel comfortable maxing those out. I just end up getting myself hurt. But they're not great numbers, and compared to like my best deadlift ever is 675 for 2 reps on a deadlift bar. My best squat is 640 or something in knee wraps, and my best bench is 425. All those were then, back kind of towards the end of my powerlifting, when I was training more powerlifting style. But yeah, I've got some decent raw strength, slow, grindy numbers. But those don't translate always to the throws. I need to be able to be explosive and fast, and that's why I'm throwing in these things that I'm not that good at, so I can get better at that stuff. So sometimes it's going to be Olympic lifting, a little more technique oriented. Sometimes it's just going to be an easy thing like that, what you saw in my training the other day with the trap bar, kind of like the jumping deadlift. So whatever it takes, man. And yeah, I will continue to, you know, he throws that out there, he's better at Olympic lifting. Well, I'm going to get better at Olympic lifting. It's going to carry over, but it's also going to be the gym bro, hey man, I'm going to push a little harder, but I'm going to push you harder too. So yeah, so like I've been saying for weeks, find you somebody, compare yourself to somebody. Comparison is not the thief of joy all the time. Or maybe it is the thief of joy and you do need to have some of your joy stolen away from you so that you can go chase some more. I don't know. I'm not a velociraptor. Do with that what you will.